sleep because my brain is dead.
All right, my next one, you've all seen me do it. Talking in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Come on. What
No
are we
phones, no
doing?
talking.
No phones, no talking. Okay, if it's something like the Minecraft movie, it's fine if you talk because
Why?
I'm not expecting people to sit quietly watching the Minecraft movie. Fun sponge?
What is this?
I don't know what you're talking about. The SpongeBob?
Was
But
there a SpongeBob graphic last week or 2 weeks ago?
was there?
I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't talk in movie theaters. If you paid for a ticket and you want to talk, don't go. Why did you pay for a ticket? Unk? I don't care. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't talk in a movie theater. Don't talk in your mirror. You can whisper to your friend. You'll be like, oh, that was funny. That was funny. But you're not going to be like, that was funny, right? We should talk about this more. What are you doing? Why are you talking about what just happened in the movie? I
can't lie, I got clocked one time when I was young for talking in the movie theaters and I was embarrassed. I don't know if
Good.
it was me, but it was the group of us, and I don't know if I was the one talking, but I was
It
in
doesn't
the group
matter.
of us talking.
Exactly.
I am a chronic question. Like sometimes I get confused and I will especially Marvel
If
movies.
it's a whisper
I'll be
is
like, yo,
fine.
Dad, what just happened right here?
Oh, a whisper is fine. I'm not moving on. A whisper is fine. Because, all right, I'm moving on. I gotta
Just
stop.
don't talk. Understandably whisper, but why are you being loud?
Exactly.
We're paying for movies. Enjoy the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
If you
I
want
love
to talk,
movies.
buy it at home.
Exactly.
You can buy.
Exactly.
Everything goes on a streaming service.
Yeah. Wait 2 weeks.
Everything goes on a streaming service. I just watched the Bob Dylan movie on a streaming service.
I did not watch that movie.
My next crash out, ugly utensils.
Mmm.
I have a problem where I can't eat with certain utensils.
Oh.
Unless it's the only option.
Okay.
Like if it's the only option, then I have to take what I can get.
Right.
But if I have an option between a big fork and a little fork, I will always go big fork. And then if my parents cook dinner at home and get the utensils out, I guess, and my dad gives me a little fork, I'm making a face at him and I'm like, and then he's gonna and then he'll be like, are you serious? You can't eat with the other fork? I'm like, no, I need it. Or at my house right now, we have our Walmart forks and spoons, and then one of my, okay, let me Wow, they're so sassy today.
Wow, yeah, control room.
So my special utensils. Have you got, actually, I don't know if I should talk about this on air. Next question.
Okay.
What's your next crash out?
Housemates not cleaning up after themselves. When I was in Australia, if you followed me on Twitter while I was in Australia, you know very well that irks me so much that I go into a blind rage. And how do you just not clean up after yourself?
I agree.
You make a mess in the bathroom. Let's say you make a mess in the bathroom.
I'm putting a pin in this right now for 1 second.
Okay.
We are gonna not go to break like we thought we were going to, and we're gonna continue this conversation unpinned.
Wow.
Not next. I'm canceling the break. We're already over anyway.
Okay.
Continue.
All right, we're not going to break.
You're sassing me out?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Float the break.
Wow. Yeah. Float that. Float it.
Try us, crew.
Well
Thank
played.
You. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, continue.
So when I was in Australia,
yes,
I had roommates that had beards.
Okay.
And they would shave their beards over the sink and just not clean it.
That's kind of upsetting.
How do you? It's in the sink. Just turn the sink on, and it'll just go down.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And then they never clean the countertops. The countertops were so disgusting. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot your pen though. It's on the table.
No, that's fine. I'll just grab it right now.
Charlie's
while I'm talking.
gone for a second.
So what table? What table are we?
Oh, did I have it? No,
I don't see it at all.
No, the one over there.
Where?
What just fell?
So there's no pen on this table.
Is it on the floor? I got you a pen, dog. Charlie's on the floor.
I can't talk and think at the same time. Do we have a pen?
Mike Neckers, our
It
savior.
went under the thing.
Our fridge was really bad, and then I deep cleaned our fridge
oh my god,
a week ago.
I need a thing to lean on.
And it was our fridge was really upsettingly gross. And then
Nice hands, feet. You calling me feet?
So For our we'll continue talking about messy housemates in a second. For our next segment that was supposed to be post-break, welcome back to the Kind of Late Show. Today we're going to attempt to draw each other.
That we will.
And we have 5 minutes to do so. Which I'm gonna make it 4 minutes now because we are a little short on time.
That's fine.
We just are too conversational, guys.
Yeah.
We just have a lot to say. So we have 4 minutes. 4 minutes on the clock. Start. We're gonna draw each other.
Okay.
Oh.
Quit dropping that.
I know, my poor mic. Well, they're trying to silence me.
So the countertops, they would cook food all the time, which is fine. You can cook food all you want, but the countertops, they would never clean the countertops.
Oh.
It was so disgusting. They would cook like tacos, and the taco sauce would just be all over the counter, and it would harden because they would never clean it up.
That's gross.
And it's like, what are we doing?
Stop it right now.
I know.
Our low-key, my housemate's friend was visiting, and they kept our kitchen so spotless. Our kitchen so spotless. It was really great. And we were clean we're like messy clean people.
Sure.
Like all of our housemates are the same type of like messy clean, so it's not a bad thing.
You could be messy, but clean at the same time.
Exactly. Like you're tidy, like messy, like where it gets a little messy and then you clean it up.
Right, exactly.
Like it's not build up mess.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna look at your face through though. I told Charlie that we get to stare into each other's eyes longingly today. He was so excited, guys.
I was so excited.
Anyways, so do you have any past art history?
So in middle school, I took art classes like everyone else did. But my teachers.
2:30 on the clock.
Oh my God! I need to start.
I didn't make your nose
drawing.
right. Sorry, dog.
It's fine. It's fine.
I gotta hurry up. I gotta get this ready.
But my teachers would always be proud of my work, and I would actually try pretty hard because people just didn't try in school at all.
Yeah.
I would always try at least. I made your lips way big.
Oh yes, lip injections.
But I always had so much fun in art class and everything. I gotta make your hair.
I haven't made your hair yet.
I
have to make your beard. I forgot you had one of those.
I do. My teachers would always work with me more because I actually tried in art class. So they would actually give me tips and everything. But the other students, they would just do the work and then go to the next class, which is fine. But I wanted to have fun, so I wanted to keep the stuff afterwards, which I still have some of it. I use one of the things that I made to hold change.
There you go.
Yeah.
One time in elementary school, I got picked. My art teacher chose their favorite art students, and they picked us, and then our surprise was to go clean the art closet. The best students got to just clean an art closet, and I was like, that's
awesome.
This is. I didn't make you, right? This doesn't look like you. Sorry.
This doesn't.
You're gonna
look
hate
like
this.
you at all.
You're not gonna enjoy this. Let me look into your eyes. Wow.
I know. Do you want a little sneak peek?
No. Oh, they can have a sneak peek. I don't want one.
No one uses coin. Right? Don't you see it? Don't you see it?
Oh, I made your nose so freaked up, bro.
Don't look at the camera.
I gotta fix your nose. Come here. You have to smile lines.
I think this is my magnum opus.
Ah, guys.
This is my magnum opus right here. Oh, there we go.
Guys,
There we
you
go.
just got a yikes, Charlie. Oh no, timer's up. Are you ready to see yours, Charlie? You're not gonna be happy with how I made you.
Let's see it. Oh. Why am I so old? I'm so old in it. What?
Do you like it?
No one won OMG.
Don't like it, Charlie?
You look like a Muppet in mine.
No one won. Well,
What?
I think the Kind of Late Show audience just our parents, pretty much. We'll get to choose for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if I give you a hat. That's twin.
You made me the elf.
Yo, that's twin. Hey. Oh, well.
Twins. Yeah.
Twins. What can I do to make this more like you? Your nose is wrong in this, that's why.
You got to change everything about that.
You don't like your eyeballs?
You gave me so many wrinkles.
I try to make your eye bags a little bit. I look sad. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I hope you really enjoyed our drawings. You'll be able to vote. We're going to make a poll on our Instagram, so make sure you check it out at WTOP Kinda Late. Catch us every other Tuesday at 10:30 live for more of
The Kinda Late Show.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, find out which candidate Kamala Harris is endorsing in the New York City mayor race.
And the Secret Service seized a cache of equipment in the New York area, what the equipment was capable of.
But first, SUNY Oswego is climbing the ranks amongst colleges in the North, what they've been recognized for.
WTOP Nightly News starts now.
Good evening. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Soad Hamoud.
And I'm Marian Conte.
SUNY Oswego continues to trend upwards as it jumps up 9 spots in U.S. News and World Report's 2026 Best Regional Universities in the North. Now sitting at number 28, the latest rankings highlight the university's strong performances in social mobility, value, and veteran support. SUNY Oswego was also highlighted for strengthening its growth and national reputation for academic excellence.
On the national level, SUNY Oswego received the recognition for the undergrad engineering programs, top computer science schools, top undergrad business program, and top psychology programs. The schools show the mountain of university dedicated to excellence, innovation, and student achievement.
The United Way of Greater Oswego and Oswego County first responder units are working in union to bring a chili cook-off. Chili will be entered from several different fire and police departments. There will be a People's Choice Award given at the end of the event. The chili cook-off will occur on October 3rd from 5 to 9 p.m. at Oswego Elks Lodge by West 5th and Bridge Streets in Oswego.
New York State troopers are currently investigating a house fire as a possible arson. In the town of Raleigh, at 2 p.m. Sunday, troopers arrived at a fire at the 2701 State Route 3. A witness said that they saw a colored vehicle leaving the scene of the fire around the time of the incident. No injuries have been reported. Authorities are actively working to find the cause of the fire.
The Ride Oswego County app is available now. This app makes it easier for Oswego County residents to understand the public transportation and stay updated on the bus's route through tracking location and receiving notifications of its route. It is available for download on the Apple App Store on Google Play Store. For more information, call 315-598-1514 or email rideoc@oswegocounty.com. We have an update for you about a man who has been missing since the start of the month.
State police releasing a statement on the man who was found yesterday afternoon. Our reporter Eddie in here with the story. Eddie?
Thanks, ladies. A central New York man that has been missing since September 7th was found dead in his car yesterday afternoon. The state police reporting that 33-year-old Alexander Thornton was discovered 30 to 40 feet beyond the tree line of Interstate 81 in Oswego County. His car nearly impossible to see from the road. It was a tractor-trailer driver who noticed the vehicle yesterday, the elevated seat likely making the difference in the car being spotted. The black BMW allegedly swerved off the road into the median and struck a ditch, sending the vehicle into the wooded area where it struck a tree and sat for weeks. State troopers have not yet determined the cause of the crash, although the investigation determined that speed was a factor. Thornton had been missing since September 7th, being reported as a missing vulnerable adult. He was last seen on September 5th The state police are continuing their investigation. That's all I have for now. Reporting for WTOP-10 News, I'm Eddie McAlpine. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Eddie. After a long time of nice weather and sunshine, we finally got some rain.
Let's see if the rain will stick around for a while with the Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Braley Jacobs.
Thanks, guys. And it's definitely been a very warm and muggy start to the week with high humidity levels, even with our low temperatures during the night. And we can also thank the rain for coming back and helping us out with some of the previous drought conditions we have seen, along with the sunny weather. Don't worry, we do have the sunshine set to return over the course of the weekend. And how long will this late summer warmth last? I'll have all this and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to you guys over at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. The aquarium coming to Syracuse is on track to be finished by July 2026. The progress has been significant in the past couple of weeks. The cost county lawmakers approved started at $85 million and has now turned to around $100 million. Community members are excited about a new addition in their neighborhood, saying this will help attract more people to the city and also be a great attraction for children. The Secret Service informs they found equipment in the New York region as world leaders have a United Nations General Assembly. Agents found at least 10,000 SIM cards and 300 servers. The equipment could affect cell towers and emergency responses, or can also be used for surveillance. According to one official, the network has the efficiency to send 30 million text messages per minute. There is no accurate information to indicate the network was a threat to this week's UN General Assembly meeting. Monday night, former Vice President Kamala Harris declared her endorsement for the New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. While speaking with MSNBC's Rachel Maddow, Harris stated that as the Democratic nominee, he should be supported. This comes as a big win for Mamdani's run for office, and it could even influence other Democratic leaders to follow up. Harris didn't fail to mention the many other Democratic candidates running for an office this year. Still ahead tonight, Hong Kong Still ahead tonight, prepares for a major storm ahead their way.
Plus, a verdict in the attempted assassination on President Trump.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Good evening and welcome back to your nightly news here at WTOP-10. I'm your meteorologist Bradley Jacobs, and taking a current look at our current conditions, it's 63 outside with mostly cloudy skies. The dew point is in around 63 as well, creating that humidity of about 100%. The pressure's sitting right around 1,000 millibars, indicating that overcast weather we're seeing, and a slight breeze coming out of the east at 2 miles per hour. Take a look at the regional temps around the state. We're all really in the same boat, out from western New York to Rochester, Oswego, down the 81 corridor, all in about the mid-60s and really humid and muggy, even over my way here down to Utica, Delhi, Binghamton, and out by the Capital Region, all in the same muggy boat right now under these 60-degree temperatures and very high humidities. Unfortunately, these warm temperatures are going to be here to stay, and we can see from the average temperature for this time of year, Wednesday is going to be about 6 degrees higher than the average. Otherwise, right into the weekend, we're going to be right at about average temperature. But then Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, those temperatures will still continue to be very above average for this time of year. And taking a look 6 to 10 days ahead from now, we can see much of the United States on the West Coast is going to see a lot more precipitation. However, for us with these orange and yellow colors, that means drier conditions. So once this rain moves out, back to the sun, back to the warm temperatures, and potentially still the drought conditions during the state that we are seeing currently. Now looking ahead to tomorrow for your daytime planner, it's going to be warming on up to about the low 70s with the chance of showers and thunderstorms starting right in the afternoon and evening hours. Looking ahead to your extended forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, both low 70s with chance of showers and storms. Friday, chance of showers as well. Looking ahead to the weekend, warming back up into the 70s, mostly sunny and sunny skies. And then out to next week, a week from now, still the high 60s, low 70s, and sunny, clearing skies. That's all for my full weather forecast tonight. Back to you guys to the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. NASA today announced their hopes on accomplishing missions to the moon and Mars. In order to further their plans, they've begun to train their future astronauts. 10 new astronaut recruits were introduced today. They will have to go through the same 2-year training program as the other 48 current astronauts at NASA. It is only when they complete training that they will be eligible to participate in new flight missions.
Ryan Weasley Warmth, the man, the man is accused of the assassination of President Trump was found guilty on the counts of manslaughter towards a presidential candidate.
A woman from Missouri with a long history of financial crimes was sentenced to more than 4 years in prison today for attempting to steal Graceland from the family of Elvis Presley. Through forged documents, Lisa finally was accused of posing as an investor who claimed rights to the historic landmark. The scam occurred after the death of Elvis's daughter Lisa Marie, and the ownership was put into the hands of her daughter Riley Keough. After her prison term, Finley will have 3 years of probation.
After racing through the influences, Typhoon is now heading towards Hong Kong.
Several flights out of the city have been canceled, along with school and businesses closing. The storm is expected to pass through the area in the southern region where Hong Kong and other major cities lie. Tens of millions of citizens could be impacted from the storm as it makes its approach. When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, a silent killer is running rampant across the U.S. Find out what you can do to stay safe.
And electrical owners have a chance to save some money.
and what to do. We're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, federal tax credits for electric vehicles are set to expire in just 1 week, on September 30th, putting thousands of dollars of savings at risk for buyers. New EV buyers can claim up to $7,500 now, while used EV purchasers can still qualify for up to $4,000, but after the deadline, those incentives vanish. Dealers say demand is surging as customer rush to lock in credit before it's gone. So if you've been considering an electric vehicle, act fast. Time is running out.
In other news, road is closing. The unmassive ancient local with China will be sailed as many. And the ambassador of China, David Perdue, says that the U.S. Ambassador David Perdue says that the negotiations are in their final days or weeks, and that this deal is seen as the key component in trade discussions between the U.S. and China. If finalized, this deal will mark Bowen's greatest China order in years, a sign of improving relations between the U.S. and China.
A new study suggests cycling may offer protection against dementia. Over a period of 13 years, researchers found that people who regularly cycled had a 19% lower risk of developing dementia and a 22% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease compared to those who travel by motorized vehicle. While these findings are promising, experts remind us this is observational. Cycling is associated with lower risk, but causation isn't proven, and lifestyle or genetic factors may play a role. Chagas disease, known as the silent killer, affects millions across North and South America.
Okay. Mandy Gadler explained how doctors are coming to raise awareness on the prevention of today's health issue. Okay.
Experts say that early testing and treatment are the key to preventing Chagas from turning deadly.
If you think you may be at risk, be sure to contact the CDC on recommendations on what you should talk to your doctor on getting better screened.
Syracuse football has been experiencing a renaissance under head coach Fran Brown.
But it seems like this band will be the new continue without their fracture. WTOP Brady here. Brady?
Just 3 days after Syracuse toppled Clemson, the team announced that quarterback Steve Angeli's season is in fact over. Angeli, in his third college season, was second in passing yards in the FBS with 1,316 total yards. A torn Achilles ends his season only 4 weeks into the year, and Angeli underwent a successful surgery today, and he stated on social media that, "I've learned through life and football that God doesn't give us anything we can't handle, and I can't wait to get back on the field." The Syracuse Orange will be using second-string veteran team quarterback Ricky Collins the remainder of the season. Make sure to stay tuned after the break, where our sports anchor Jacob Coleman will give you some important updates in sports.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
It's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen, let them briefly
Our first local sports story tonight is from the Laker Invitational Women's Volleyball doubleheader. These games took place this past Saturday over the weekend, where the Lakers would split the 2 matchups 1-1. In the first game, they would go toe-to-toe with one of the Little East's top teams, the Western Connecticut Wolverines, where they would drop the game in a 3-2 decision. The Lady Lakers made sure to bounce back big time in the second match, taking out Utica University 3-1. And moving on now to our next story, the Lakers goalie Kyle Rose was selected as the SUNY Defensive Athlete of the Week. Rose acted as a brick wall in the middle of the net this week, stopping 11 shots on goal in 2 different games to help men's soccer pick up their first victory of the season. Rose, who is only a sophomore, leads all of the SUNY Conference in saves with 33. Men's soccer will return home on Saturday to take on SUNY Oneonta at 11. Into Division I now, the NCAA's Atlantic Coast Conference, known as the ACC, will be implementing a rule change next season that was just announced yesterday. The ACC football teams will be required to play 9 conference games now instead of just the 8. This decision brings the ACC conference up to standards with other major conferences, with a focus on rewarding strength of schedule. The conference will also have a 10-team Power 4 requirement, where teams from the ACC must face teams from other conferences like the Big 10, the Big 12, or the SEC. And now moving on to the pro side of sports, a terrible week for NFL players has passed as a bunch of different players met their season's demise with injuries this week. The Cardinals lost their starting back, James Conner, and their rivals, the 49ers, lost their key defensive player, Nick Bosa. Other key names that were injured but won't be gone all year include CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, and Mike Evans, all 3 of which are starting wide receivers. And now moving on to the highlight game of Week 3, in my opinion, which was here in Cleveland, as the Browns would take on Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Speaking of Jordan Love, he would have the ball here rolling to his right in the red zone as he's going to find his rookie tight end, John Fitzpatrick, in the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. This would be his first career touchdown in the young start here. And this was just the start to the end of the crazy game here in Cleveland. As on the very next drive of the Packers offense, Jordan Love would get the ball back again, and he would fire an interception into the hands of Grant Delpit. He would grab this ball and run it down 25 yards inside the 5-yard line. And this is the first Green Bay turnover all year. And on top of that, this is the first Browns takeaway this year as well. This would set them up perfectly to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. And that is exactly what they would do, as the rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins would capitalize on it here. In a 1st and goal scenario, he punches the ball into the end zone. It is a 10-10 ball game tied late in the fourth quarter. And in our next highlight now, 27 seconds left, the Packers' game-winning attempt is blocked by Denzel Ward, and Greg Newsome would come up with the recovery. 2 turnovers in the final 3 minutes for this Browns defense. Absolutely massive chance here late. And this turnover would give the Browns just enough time to set up for their own game-winning field goal. This one from 55 yards out. It is iced down the middle to make the Browns win 13-10 final score. The Browns would pick up their first win this season in massive upset fashion over the Green Bay Packers, who many considered the league's best team this season. A massive win for the Browns to go on the road next week, and a major loss for the Packers, who play at Dallas next Sunday. I want to thank you guys for joining me here in sports this week. Make sure to stick around after the break for a brand new name on the Walk of Fame.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
After his many years in Hollywood and educating children on fun science topics, Bill Nye is being awarded with Star on the Walk of Fame.
Bill Nye is the 2,821st person to be added to the walk.
Nye came a long way from his humble beginnings as a school.
This just reminds me, I used to watch Bill Nye literally so long ago. I literally forgot about it, but I still remember 7th grade learning about the volcanoes and everything. So what are your guys' perspectives on this?
There was almost nothing better with extra time back in late elementary school, end of the day kind of thing. Just the teacher threw on a Bill Nye episode. We all went nuts in the classroom, just something about the science field. I mean, I personally love the weather ones, but even the volcanoes and just all the other sciences that Bill had to talk about and just teach about in the ways that he did was very impressionable on children, and I think people of our age.
I still remember the theme song.
Bill, 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 Bill. And then as far as the final weather goes, I mean, I don't know how you guys have been feeling about the muggy weather, but it's not going to be going away anytime soon. So we have any plans to get out once the rain goes away, or?
I mean, you know what? I just hate the weather here in Oswego anyway, so I'm just hoping to get through the fall, get through the winter, get back on the bright side with the sun back in April.
I mean, I'm ready for fall at this point. It's almost October as we're talking, so.
That's our report for tonight.
Have a great night, everyone.
To sports. It's season 10, episode 1, and boy oh boy do we have an absolute banger of a show right out the gate. We're talking NFL, MLB, NBA. As always, we'll give you our picks. So boys, without further ado, roll it!
Good to be back. We'll start in the city of brotherly love as last Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Los Angeles Rams 33-26 in a rematch of last year's NFC divisional playoff game. Philly started out slow but pulled ahead late with 2 blocked field goals in the fourth quarter, the later being a potential game winner that was blocked and returned all the way for a touchdown by star defensive tackle Jordan Davis. Connor, what does this crazy comeback mean for the Eagles season?
Well, I mean, it means absolutely everything, Mike. This Eagles team coming into last Sunday's game was 19-1 in their last 20 games, the best record in their entire franchise's history. And just when it looks like that streak is finally going to be broken, they come all the way back. Jordan Davis with that amazing game-saving blocked kick on his return. He recorded a speed of 18.59 miles an hour. That's the fastest any player above 330 pounds has ran in a game since 2017. I mean, come on, guys. When you've got that generational athletic talent,
That's faster than Derrick Henry's top speed against the Lions last night, Connor. But I just want to say, Eagles, scoring 26 unanswered points in the second half. Largest comeback since their stadium was created in 2003. And the Jalen Hurts disrespect has to come to an end. The man is playing at an all-time high for him. He is managing the game, and he is getting the result that his team needs from him, and that is okay. That's all I want my quarterback to do.
Well, I will say that, I do agree that Jalen Hurts is a winner. I will say that A.J. Brown was flying in the second half yesterday. He was a major reason why the Eagles scored those unanswered points, and I believe without him, they would not have won that game.
the Eagles offense certainly woke up. Staying in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys traveled to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. And guys, the Cowboys defense must have thought they were playing in Lambeau because that secondary was absolute Swiss cheese in their 31-14 loss to the Bears. And on top of that, Cowboys star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is potentially on the shelf for the next 3 to 4 weeks after suffering a left high ankle sprain. Mike, how do the Cowboys keep their playoff hopes alive?
Pain is all I know, Connor. The Cowboys do not keep their playoffs hopes alive. And frankly, I think there's no chance that with the way this team is playing right now, with the way this defense is playing right now, with the offensive production we've seen so far this season, I think there is no way that we make the playoffs. We barely beat the New York Giants. We barely beat the New York Giants in overtime off of a 65-yard field goal from the best kicker in the league. But that's all we have. That is all we have. Jerry Jones needs to go. Brian Schottenheimer, I'm giving you a chance, but Eberflus, get him out. He's got to go.
You brought up Eberflus. I mean, this Cowboys D is statistically the worst in the league at defending the pass. It's a passing league. It's going to be hard to keep up and score when you're missing your best wide receiver. I mean, I honestly don't see how the Cowboys can keep up with their opponents over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Connor. New school, old school. Ben Johnson takes down Eberflus, uses trickery, flea flickers. Roma Dunze said in an interview, he said, we have the right people in the building. We spread the offense really well on that 19-play drive at the end. And I think this is a good step forward for the Bears going into their season.
I think the Bears have a lot to look forward to. Caleb Williams went off last night. 4 touchdowns, 298 yards and an 86.7 QBR rating. That's great for a second-year quarterback, especially someone that you want to lead your team going into the next 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely, Sammy. But heading out west, we saw a nail-biting finish as the San Francisco 49ers just pushed past the Arizona Cardinals 16-15. The 49ers, however, cannot escape the injury bug. They went into Sunday's game with injuries to multiple key offensive players like Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, and Brandon Ayuk, but now it's their defense getting tested as Nick Bosa is officially out for the year after tearing his ACL. Sammy, can the 3-0 Niners still win the NFC West without Bosa?
Honestly, no. I think that right now the 49ers have lost too many of their starters to even think about playing at a high level in their division. I mean, Brock Purdy is still hurt. Mac Jones is a acceptable backup, but he's not going to give. He doesn't have the X factor. He doesn't have the clutch factor. If you need a game-winning drive, Mac Jones can't get you those 78 yards for a field goal. I don't believe that in the 49ers' current state that they can win football games.
And Sammy, you say no, but they're sitting at 3-0 on the season. Obviously, these injuries piling up over the course of 3 weeks. But I mean, this team is finding a way to get it done regardless of who they have on the field. They have the depth there. They're making it work. Christian McCaffrey's still healthy. For now.
Yeah, don't
knock on wood, knock on everything.
Knock on everything.
But I think this team is still very capable, and obviously the Rams are a really solid team in that division, but I don't see the Cardinals or Seahawks really being too much of a difficult task to top.
That defense is certainly going to struggle without Bosa. Since 2021, he has 142 QB hits. That's most in the league, and they are 6-12 when he does not play. So he is clearly an impact player for that San Francisco 49ers team.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, I just want to fire off a couple of names. We saw so many injuries around the NFL this week. CeeDee Lamb, 3 to 4 weeks. Nick Bosa, gone. Mike Evans, hamstring. Tyrone Tracy Jr., dislocated shoulder. James Conner, out for the season. Jaden Daniels is still day-to-day. J.J. McCarthy, out for a couple weeks. Najee Harris's season is done. Austin Eckler's season is done. And Colston Loveland, the rookie, is also day-to-day. Just absolute injury bug around the league.
I feel like we've had a huge injury bug the last couple of years, and it's been insane. But on Monday Night Football, we saw a potential Super Bowl preview between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. The Lions out-physical the Ravens all game, leading to a 38-30 win, and managed to sack Lamar Jackson 7 times. Mike, have the Lions fully recovered from the Week 1 loss to the Packers, or is this all a farce?
I'm not sure what's going on with the Packers. Yeah. I mean, you started out phenomenally, and then you lose to the Cleveland Browns. So we'll get to that next episode, but this Detroit Lions team looked really good last night. Really, really good. They stuck right with this Baltimore Ravens team, who are 1-2, but are a team that is very capable of being 3-0 if a couple things went differently in these first 2 weeks. And I think this Lions team did a phenomenal job. Jared Goff not having to do too much because that run game was just so strong for this team.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that you could get to arguably the most elusive quarterback to ever play the game, it's between him and Michael Vick 7 different times. I mean, by the end of the game, you could obviously tell that it was affecting LaMarvelous Jackson. He wasn't LaMarvelous last night, that to say the least. And on top of that, Derrick Henry with his 3rd fumble in 3 weeks. He only had 3 fumbles all year last season. That running game for Baltimore, which used to be their big strength, not nearly as reliable to start out this season.
Yeah, absolutely, Connor. And on the flip side of that, as Mike touched on earlier, I mean, Sonic and Knuckles had such a dynamic performance, but it all came from Madubuike's injury on the defensive tackle for the Ravens. Him not being there, it led to so much vulnerability for the Ravens up front, and the Lions just took advantage of that.
100%. I mean, the entire game, you could see a look of visible frustration on Lamar Jackson's face. He could not read that defense. He could not tell what they were doing, and I think the defense ultimately was the X factor in the game to take it away from him.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue our talk about Week 4 of the NFL season and get in some MLB playoffs here on WTOP.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking
around campus, and what do we see?
All these clubs are looking.
They looking for me.
There's hockey.
There's improv,
So much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free. Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
And welcome back into Stick to Sports Season 10, Episode 1. As we near October and playoff baseball, a couple of teams are fighting for their lives to stay in the hunt. And one of the biggest stories heading into the playoffs is the collapse of the New York Mets, which I love to see. Despite having the highest payroll in the league and Juan Soto putting up career numbers, the Mets have fallen out of the playoff picture in their last 15 games. The New York Mets will take on the Cubs and Marlins in their last 6 of the season, hoping to claw their way into that 6th seed. After such a hot start, I have to ask Connor, what went wrong?
Well, Mike, I mean, it's the clear lack of depth in starting pitching. In the beginning of the year, when all of these Mets starting pitchers were fresh, this team actually had the best record in all of baseball at 45-24. Since then, they've played at a clip 17 whole games under 500 for the vast majority of the season. And I mean, at the end of the day, it just comes down to David Stearns, the Mets general manager's philosophy as their GM. He just recently came over from the Milwaukee Brewers, a small market team, where he operated under the philosophy that he was not going to give big money to any starting pitchers. When you don't do that, you don't get length out of your starting pitching, which then by June, July, and August burns out your bullpen. And now we're in a situation where the Mets just can't get 5 reliable innings from anybody except for these 3 kids, McLean, Sproat, and Tong, who they called up from Syracuse AAA about a month ago. But when you're relying on kids to help you make it to the postseason, I'm sorry, it's just not good enough. You need reliable arms.
And gentlemen, let's remember, there's always highs and lows to every season. But the low shouldn't be this low. I mean, since June 12th, the Mets have gone 35-52, and only the Nationals, White Sox, and Rockies have a worse record in that span. Like you said, Connor, they're a little stretched thin. Their pitching rotation looked solid. It looked manageable at the beginning of the season, but everything was firing on all cylinders at the beginning of the season. And then, you know, guys like Alonso and Lindor kind of fall back a little bit to earth, and, you know, now they're looking around and, you know, they're saying in interviews, we just have to win. But how do they win? They're in a really cold spot, and it's at the worst time possible.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm a Yankees fan, so it's always nice seeing the Mets fall apart. But it was weird having them fall apart at the same time as the Yankees did. It's just something weird in the water in New York.
All right, so on the flip side of a collapse, the Cleveland Guardians have been on a historic tear to get themselves back into the playoff picture. The Guardians will take on the Tigers and the Rangers for their last 6 games, with the most important series starting tonight. Cleveland is just 1 game behind Detroit for the AL Central, which they could have by as soon as tomorrow. It'll be a close finish. But Alex, give us a little context on the historic comeback. How did the Guardians manage to turn their season around?
2 words, Connor. Jose Ramirez. You know, he's 3rd in MVP voting right now, and he should be getting more recognition because he deserves it. But he batted .282, 30 home runs, 81 RBIs this year. But let's get into a little bit of context. Cleveland trailed Detroit by 15.5 games for the division in early July. No team has ever won a division title or pennant after a deficit that large. And on July 8th, Cleveland's odds of winning the division were 0.1. Yes, that low. And now they are 1 game behind the Tigers in a series that they start tonight. It's actually on right now. But
At the time, the Tigers were 59-34, one of the best records in the majors. But the Guardians, with their coach, with Jose Ramirez, and with a lot of rotational guys stepping up, they have clawed their way back into this playoffs.
And Alex, this is a team that traded away their best players. They traded away ace Shane Bieber. They traded away their relief pitcher, Paul Sewald. And on top of that, their all-star closer, Emmanuel Clase, as well as starting pitcher Luis Ortiz, have been suspended for the rest of the season due to throwing games.
Gamble.
So, I mean, talk about a clubhouse that has just been through the ringer, and the fact that Stephen Vogt, the manager of this Guardians team, has been able to keep this group together. He's obviously manager of the year if this team can squeak its way into the postseason.
Yeah, and we'll throw in a quick score update. Tied 0-0, top of the third between these two. So still anyone's game here.
Still anyone's division.
Here we go. But moving on, after 17 years in the MLB, a little bit of a bittersweet story. Clayton Kershaw has announced his retirement at the end of this season. Kershaw is a legendary pitcher who will undoubtedly be a first ballot Hall of Famer and make that trip to Cooperstown. But with the Dodgers primed for another playoff run, Sammy, could we be in store for a fairy tale ending for Kershaw?
Well, wouldn't that be nice? One of the best pitchers, probably the best pitcher of our time, getting his World Series with the Dodgers would be great. I think that there is a solid chance the Dodgers go all the way again this year. I think that they have the team, they have the managers, they have the office, and they have the pitching to get them there.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, obviously, as a Yankees fan, I don't want to see the Dodgers win again, but you can't take away from them how good of a team they are, how complete of a team this Dodgers team is. Clayton Kershaw, a phenomenal player, an 18-year career with the Dodgers, 3-time Cy Young, 11-time All-Star. I mean, he's got everything on his plate. He's been so phenomenal his entire career, and to put this cherry on top would be so awesome.
He's already a two-time champ. He's one of only 2 pitchers to ever win the MVP, doing so in 2014, as well as Justin Verlander. And this is a guy who's still effective. He's not one of these guys coming back in his later years just tossing the ball every 5 days. In 21 games started, he's 10-2 with a 3.55 ERA and a 1.3 WAR. This guy is still effective, and as a fan of a team who has experienced pitching depth injuries, I would love to have a reliable veteran presence like Kershaw on my roster.
Absolutely, Connor. And guys, it's just making me feel so old. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, Jacob deGrom, you have Max Scherzer, Verlander. All of these guys are going to be gone so soon, and it's sad to see, but we hope for the best for Kershaw.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll head into the fast break. I'll be testing these guys' NBA ball knowledge and see what hot takes they might have heading into the season. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back to Stick to Sports on WTOP-10.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome to the Fast Break, where the pace is hot and the questions are hotter. Let's dive right in. First, we're blasting over to the city of Houston, where star point guard Fred VanVleet has torn his ACL and will most likely miss the rest of the 2025 season. This is a huge loss for the Rockets, as VanVleet was a major impact player and signed a 2-year, $50 million contract this June. Alex, how does Houston respond to this devastating injury, and do you think they have the depth to compete still?
Release Reed Shepherd. He was your last year's number 3 overall pick. Obviously losing Fred VanVleet, who stepped up a lot in the playoffs when Houston struggled on their offense, is huge. He's a veteran presence in a locker room. He's a former champ. He's somebody that can lead a team of young guys. But now the Rockets are just going to have to go right to the wall and release their young guys. I mean, Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, Jayshawn Tate, Reed Shepherd, these are all guys who are rotational and are going to have to step up in now elevated roles without their starting point guard here.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned how important VanVleet became in the offseason, or in the playoffs, excuse me. He only averaged 14.1 points per game last season, but then that instantly jumped up to 18.7 in the playoffs, proving that this guy is trustworthy and a massive factor for your offense. Head coach Ime Udoka obviously felt comfortable giving him an increase in his role, but on top of that, I mean, you already mentioned Amen Thompson. I'm looking for him to take a massive step forward this year, especially with him kind of playing like a point forward mixed
dunker
role,
spot,
just kind of just
guy.
running the offense there. And I honestly think we still have yet to see the addition of Kevin Durant. So despite this injury, I still think Houston, which finished as a 2 seed last year, let me remind you, I still think they are very much contenders in this Western Conference.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and Connor, you stole the words right out of my mouth. Kevin Durant, I mean, obviously, Fred VanVleet's a really big player to lose, but bringing in a guy like KD, a guy who's been in the league so long and is still so consistent, I think they're going to be just fine next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Amen Thompson averages 8.5 assists this year. I'm just going to say.
All right, guys. Well, it's that time of year again. The NBA is defrosting and preparing for another great season. There are plenty of changes that happen around the league, so I wanted to ask everyone, what team do you think had the best offseason? Connor, let's start with you.
Well, I'm going to go with a team that I think might have had the worst season last year, but also had the best offseason, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, anytime you trade away your star generational player in Luka Doncic, I mean, bad things are going to happen. Your fan base is going to get upset, and the league is probably going to laugh at you, which happened. But with that being said, they, despite only having a 1.8% chance to win the NBA draft lottery, they landed the number 1 overall pick and the generational talent that is Cooper Flagg. In my opinion, it was all a conspiracy. Yep. Adam Silver called up Nico Harris and he said, listen, do you remember how bad the Lakers were post-Kobe, pre-Bron? We don't want to have that massive loss of revenue in LA anymore, so you're going to trade Luka to LA, and then I'm going to give you the number 1 overall pick. I think that's how it went down.
I love it, Connor. I love the conspiracies. Keep firing them off at me. My pick, we just talked about him, but it's the Houston Rockets. I mean, outside of the obvious getting Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers of all time, the Rockets got a lot of rotational pieces and a lot of good defenders and 3-and-D guys that are going to be very useful down the stretch. The biggest thing the Rockets struggled with last year in the playoffs was they could not outshoot Golden State, but signing guys like KD, signing guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, a really good 3-and-D wing, 6'8", length, Clint Capella, one of the best defensive centers in the league, and still having re-signing Steven Adams, they are going to have a huge lineup, a lot of people 6'10" and over, and just rotate, keep going.
And we're running low on time, so I'm going to throw mine in here quickly. The Atlanta Hawks. You guys took
like
my
it.
2 answers. They brought in Kristaps, brought in Luke Kennard, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So some new faces in there, and they weren't great last year. So
and Jalen Johnson will be
maybe
back.
a sneaky team. Who
Still
knows?
Trae Young.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. I'm all done here, but don't go anywhere. We have extra innings coming at you after the break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Last but not least, let's head to extra innings for this week's picks. So, boys, as the back-to-back extra innings champ, yeah, I love it. Love it. I'm hoping one of you boys can take the belt from me this semester. I believe in every one of you, but it's not going to be easy. Let's get ready for some October playoff baseball. With the wild card round officially kicking off next week, we figured we'd give you our picks for each league's wild card seeding starting in the American League. Sammy, who you got?
Well, you know, I gotta go with the Yankees. I'm a Yankees fan. I believe in them. I believe that they will take us to the promised land. I hope I'm not wrong. At 5, give me the Red Sox. You know, we're kind of rooting for the Red Sox this week. And at the 6, give me the Guardians. You know, I was enjoying what you were saying, Connor. So I think the Guardians really have a real shot there.
Well, I'm kind of agreeing with you on the 4 and the 5, obviously, but at the 6, I think the Astros are going to shock the world. I think the Astros are going to get her done. No one likes the Astros. I don't even like the Astros. But I think this Guardians' reign of being so good just out of nowhere, I think it's coming to an end.
I think you're wrong, Mike.
You'll see that my picks are also uniform in terms of the 4 and the 5 seed, with the Yankees and the Red Sox holding on. But I do have the Tigers in my 6 seed, and that is because I have the Guardians completing the historic comeback and actually taking the AL Central, forcing the Tigers to drop down to the 6th seed.
And Connor, I'm hopping on that hype train as well. They're playing right now, but I think the Tigers are going to fall to the 6th spot. But let's move on.
From the AL to the NL we go. Mike, how do you see those standings shaking out?
Well, Sammy, we all kind of got pretty similar things here. Me and Alex with the same, you and Connor with the same. I got Cubs at the 4, Padres at the 5, and then the Reds at the 6. I don't think the Mets are going to do it. I think it's been too bad for too long, and I just don't see them somehow swinging this around and making it into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, with the Cubs and the Padres being essentially locked into their respected seeds, it really just comes down to that 6th seed. Do you see the Mets? Do you see the Reds? Do you see potentially the Diamondbacks? This Mets team with their over $300 million payroll, there is too much talent on that team for them to miss the playoffs. And to be completely honest with you, I think it might cost some people some jobs if they manage to not make the playoffs with that high of a payroll.
I completely see that, Connor. What really came down for me is their remaining schedules. The Reds are playing the Pirates, and then they're playing the Brewers. But the last 3 games against the Brewers, they're going to want to keep people healthy.
They're not going to be starting their best
Might
pitchers.
give Reds the opportunity to go 5-1 right there. Mets play the Cubs. Mets play the Marlins after. Again, Cubs might be resting, but I think the Reds, if they go 5-1, take it from the Mets.
I'm going to go steal what you said, Connor. I think the Mets have too much to lose if they don't make this playoff spot. I think that they are. A lot of jobs are on the line. A lot of players are going to leave if they don't make it.
Yeah, and moving away from the MLB and into the NFL, we've got 2 teams, one who we talked about earlier, but they've both significantly underperformed this season, facing off on Sunday afternoon. The 1-2 Baltimore Ravens, led by LaMarvelous Jackson, will take a trip over to Arrowhead Stadium to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Voodoo Magic Kansas City Chiefs, who also sit at 1-2 on the year. This one should be an instant classic. But with how these two have looked so far this year, Connor, what do you think is going to happen?
Honestly, Mike, I really wanted to pick the Ravens here. I really wanted to pick the Ravens, guys, but I can't be the guy. I have to be different. You know, we all know the curse. If everyone picks the same team, we all look stupid and we all get it wrong. But I'm going with the Chiefs. This Ravens defense has underperformed so severely, and I mean, it's just Mahomes magic. The refs. It's just we've seen the script before.
Yeah, I will say historically the Chiefs usually have the Ravens number down. I mean, you go back to week 1, refs. But I will say the Ravens defense is the second worst right now in the entire league. I think this is going to be a shootout, but I just think that Lamar and Derrick Henry and the firepower of the Ravens offense, they're still putting up almost 40 points a game every week. I think that'll give them the edge over over the Chiefs.
I completely agree. I think that the lack of Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy in the Chiefs receiving core is still a major impact. And I think that the secondary is just going to have a field day, or the Ravens secondary is going to have a field day with the Chiefs receiving core, especially Juju Smith-Schuster.
And I don't really see this this Chiefs offense clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's lack of chemistry, it seems like. Travis Kelce doesn't seem like he wants to be there, so I don't know what's going to happen. But
fighting with
I got the Ravens as well.
Yeah, no, that's a good take. Well, that's all the time we have on this season opener episode of Stick to Sports. Be sure to tune in next week right here on WTOP-10.
Now introducing, out of Alden, New York, number 2, Dylan the Chinstrap Zielinski. Introducing next, out of Schenectady, New York, wearing number 69, Kenny the GM Gerard.
Oh yeah, we are so back, Dylan. Welcome on into the penultimate season of the DK Experience, season number 4 of 5. I'm Kenny Gerard, co-hosted by the wonderful Dylan Zielinski. And Dylan, we're so back, baby.
We're back. I'm
How
glad
you been?
to be back. I'm doing pretty good. You know, school year's been hit. Whoever said senior year was easy, lying.
Absolutely.
Just straight up lying.
Yeah.
It's not been easy.
Hard. It's those cheeky classes that I decided to avoid until now, and now I have to take all of them. And I'm like, man,
shout out
I gotta
Mike
find a
Cleveland
job.
for for making me take the production classes early. But
yeah, I'm glad I did those and got them out of the way. But now
Yeah.
all those gen eds and they're not fun. But hey, I mean, TAing is cool, and I guess writing a resume and looking for a job is also all part of this. So
I haven't done that yet.
Really?
No.
Man, you gotta get in your horse, man. Because you know what they say, that dog will hunt. Well, Dylan, it is time once again for our Gridiron Recap. For those of you who don't know what the Gridiron Recap is, it is exactly what it sounds like. Me and Dylan like some football teams. His team's a little bit better than mine. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. So, Dylan, I'm gonna let you go first, talk about the Bills versus the Fins.
Yeah, I mean, how about them Bills? They just played the Miami Dolphins. Just some quick stats. Tua, he was 22 of 34 for 146 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. Josh Allen was 22 of 28 for 213 yards for 3 touchdowns. The Bills did go on Polycam, new Polycam. Yeah.
I love it.
So the Bills did go on to beat the Dolphins 31-21. The game was a lot closer than what you would expect, but with divisional opponents, that's some things you expect. I expected to win. I had said we were going to blow them out. We didn't blow them out, but whatever. We need those games where it's going to be close because you can't blow out every opponent and expect to win down the stretch. But, James Cook, stud so far.
Yeah.
I am so happy we paid that guy. I mean, just in that game alone, he was 19 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown. The kid has been a stud. I could not be you do not have the Buffalo Bills without James Cook right now. He is playing out of his mind.
Absolutely not. And yeah, as it's been for Buffalo, I mean, they've been great so far this year. I mean, they've had some tough opponents. Week 1 against the Ravens, probably one of the best comebacks I've seen in the last 5 years.
Great game.
They've been a great team so far. Buffalo looks really sound, really good. Josh Allen is doing MVP things. I think Buffalo has got a good season ahead of them.
Just got to get over the hump.
There's some pretty easy teams. But speaking of easy teams and the opposite end of the spectrum, let's talk about those New York Football Giants. Now, I wore this tie for more than one reason. I actually have Cam Scattaboo right here. That is Cam Scattaboo. That guy will run through a brick wall if you ask him politely. He is an absolute animal. And he is the only thing going on for the New York Giants right now. An embarrassing loss, 22-9 to the Chiefs after scoring 37 points against the crappy Cowboys. And you're going to tell me you can go out and put out a measly 9. And we didn't, shout out Graham Gano. Yeah, yikes is right. Graham Gano with a groin injury comes out, makes that field goal to make it 9 points for the Giants. But these stats, I'm just looking at them. Paulie, we had the Paulie cam, take back Russell Wilson, put him back on the West Coast, and get him the heck out of New York. He is not very good. 18 for 32, 160 yards, and 2 interceptions. Somehow that bum led the league in passing yards going into this week. It has been atrocious. It has been horrible. It has been bad. And I am calling for Jameis Winston to come out and start, not Jackson Dart quite yet. Give him some more time to sit. I think Jackson Dart has potential to be good.
Yeah.
But if you rush him into a bad situation like a game against the Chargers, a team that is a contender to win the Super Bowl this year, going to be a bad result. I know it's at home, but I'd rather start him in New Orleans in just about a week.
No, and we've had that conversation last night, right? I don't think you throw Jackson Dart out right now. I think he's a raw quarterback. I think you need to switch up. Russ, he had that game, one game, where he won 450 against a terrible Cowboys defense. Why not throw Jameis Winston in there? He's going to make it exciting. He's going to take shots. He's going to force feed Malik Neighbors, probably arguably the best player on your team. Scatterboo, again, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess it's all the time I have to talk about the Giants, and I think it's a good thing that it is. I might start crying on air. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, it'll be time for some contenders, pretenders, and sleepers. You're watching the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of time. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Shout out Will Compton. Shout out Will Compton.
Welcome back to the DK Experience right here in WTOP-10. I'm Ken Gerard, who's a little bit more lightheaded from doing that with Dylan Zielinski. And Dylan, it is time once again. It's a first episode of the year classic. It is time for some NFL predictions. So we have 3 categories. We have contenders, pretenders, and some sleepers. So for those who don't know, a contender is a team we think is going to have a good chance to win the Super Bowl. A sleeper is a team people are not thinking about but has a chance. And then we have the pretenders, the people who look good now 3 weeks in, but maybe later on aren't going to be so good. Dylan, I'm usually a nice guy, but apparently I'm being selfish. So I put myself first today. So I am going to go first with my contender. And they're actually playing right now. It's going to be the Detroit Lions. I think they look great. They had a bad game against the Packers, and I know the Packers just come off a loss to the Browns. I think that Browns defense is good, and I think if honestly the Browns had an offense, they'd have a chance to be a good football team. It's just they have no O. But
Not even offense, just no quarterback.
I think the Lions are going to get the second game against them this year. I think Detroit is a team that just looks so good right now. I think it's hard to argue that they're not a contender. And coming off of what had happened last year against the Commanders in the playoffs, I think they're coming back with a vengeance. I think Detroit might have a chance here.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's currently beating the Baltimore Ravens on 28-21. Looks like they're about to force a field goal here. So my contender, I decided to switch it up. I actually switched up my list a little bit here. I'm not going the Bills. I'm not going to caught in a trap like that again. I'm going to go with the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
I am a Justin Herbert believer. That defense is legit. Those receivers are fine. Quentin Johnson, he's finally playing good. They brought back Keenan Allen. Herbie, love Herbie.
My fantasy guy.
I believe in that coach. He's fantastic. He turns teams around. Dude, stud offensive line. It's hard not to believe in them right now. I think they're going to win that division. I can't. They're 3-0 right now.
My only question is with the unfortunate injury to Najee Harris, how do you feel about Amari and Hampton?
I mean, they took him at, I think, 22 overall in the first round.
Yeah.
He's got to be good. They saw something. Now it's just going to give him a chance to get touches and, you know.
I mean, he was high on a lot of fantasy draft boards, and I think that translates for a reason. I know Ashton Genty was also high. And the rookie running back class has been, I don't want to say so far, but it has been an interesting start. So I am interested to see how Amari and Hampton does. I think if he performs well, this Charger team is easily a contender, and I think a contender to win their division at the absolute bare minimum.
If you're looking at it as far as a fantasy owner, you're pretty upset with that running back. But
yes, you are.
Whatever.
So we are going to switch over now to our sleeper pick. So my sleeper pick on the year is going to be the LA Rams. I think a lot of people know that they are a good football team, but people aren't putting them in that consideration as a great football team that will make it deeper on the playoffs. They came off an unfortunate loss to the Eagles in the playoffs, which was a close game. I think as long as Stafford can keep up in his now old age, I think that this team has a very good chance to go deep. Again, that receiving room is still good. I think their defense is still solid. I know that he's a bit old, like Paulie's saying, but I think that this Rams team could be slept on a bit. I'm not 100% confident in saying, they're going to be going to the Super Bowl again, but I could easily say they can make a run as deep as the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you at all with any of that. I love Matthew Stafford. I love the Rams. They were honestly, I was considering them, but you took them first. But my sleeper.
That happens.
The Colts. Daniel Jones, I believe in the Giants' downfall. He's figuring it out. He is playing he is playing amazing right now. And it's not because I necessarily believe the team is good. Kenny, listen to the schedule. You got the Rams, which we just talked about, contenders, right? Raiders, not that good. Cardinals, not that good. Chargers, all right, they're good. Titans, not good. Steelers, nah. Falcons, no. Chiefs, not with the way they're playing. Texans, no. We're rambling some wins here. We're going. The defense is, again, legit. Shane Steichen is putting Daniel Jones in a position to only succeed. And, to shout out Alex Brummer here, it's not necessarily that I believe in Indiana Jones. I believe in the downfall of the Giants. It would be the most giant thing ever to let go of a quarterback that you said was going to be your franchise guy, and he's just going to go figure it out somewhere else. And that's no shade to you, but...
It's going to be a great transition. My pretender is also the Indianapolis Colts. They are my pretender. Now, here's why for the sports girlies watching, it's giving 2024 Saints. There's not a chance that they are as good as they seem right now. Daniel Jones, buddy, I have watched you, and I have cried over you God knows how many times. And let me tell you, it ain't no different just because you moved a wee bit that way. He is going to blow it like he always does. He's not good. He's not a good quarterback. He's going to get in his own head. They're going to get 4 or 5 weeks. I will tell you right now, book it. Take it to the bank. They will be good for a few more weeks at the absolute most, but it is over. Like Paulie, fall out of the chair, falling out of the standings. There is not a chance. And I'll tell you right now, those Texans are going to come right back and take that division. The Colts are the pretender of the year, and it's just like the Saints were last year.
Yeah, and I did forget to mention one thing. Jonathan Taylor's back.
Ooh.
That guy's a stud.
I didn't think about that. I really
that guy is playing great.
He is playing very good. He
Just
might
saying.
be their saving grace.
My pretender, and again, it's not because I believe they're a bad team. the 49ers, look, they have these years where they go to the Super Bowl and they look great, but it was just confirmed today their best player on the team, arguably Nick Bosa, just tore his ACL. Their number 2 receiver also just tore his ACL, and this was all in the game yesterday. Brandon Ayuk is still trying to come back from an ACL. Brock Purdy's out right now. Mac Jones is in. I've seen Mac Jones play firsthand as a Bills fan, and it's not very good.
It's not pretty.
I love me the 49ers. You may have a problem if you're the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey is one of the only healthy guys on your team. I'm just saying, mac and cheese, no. But for real, it sucks because I do like the 49ers. I always root for them, but the injury bug, it's week 3 and the injury bugs got them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because they are not a bad team.
No.
But, I mean, again, I can see where you're coming from.
Great
This
coach.
division is so good. I mean, with the Rams, you have the Cardinals and the Sea Chickens in there. I think it's going to be a tough schedule for the Niners. But that's going to be it for our contenders, pretenders, and sleepers. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, a new segment. It'll be time for Stump the Chump. Whoa, what is that? We'll explain to the other side of the break. You're watching the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Still flexing. Welcome.
I'm going to do it till Will Compton notices.
I said I sound good, and now here we sound. Welcome back to the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10. I'm Kenny Gerard, coincided by the wonderful Dylan Zielinski. And Dylan, so we did Dylan Learn Sports for quite a while, and Dylan has learned about all that I think he can learn. So it's time for a new segment. It's called Stump the Chump. We're going to go back over to our camera 2 here. We're going to turn this little thing around right over here, right over here, right over there. Bang.
Bang.
There's nothing on it.
Bang.
So what is Stump the Chump? So this actually is an idea by my girlfriend's stepdad. Shout out, Mike. He watched our show and he said, this would be a good idea. We are going to think of the most obscure sports we can find, and we're going to put them on this wheel over here. Every week, we're going to spin this wheel, and we're each going to get a sport. Now, here's the game. If, let's say, for example, Dylan gets toe wrestling this week, I will come in next episode and quiz Dylan on toe wrestling, and then vice versa. If I've got German pretzel cutting, he's going to quiz me on the German pretzel cutting. Whoever has the least amount of right answers will face a punishment next episode, to be determined in the 2 weeks coming up to the show. Dylan, that being said, there's not anything on this wheel. It is empty.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to fill it out today. That's going to be the whole segment of Stump the Chump. It is going to be the intro to it. And at the very end, we will spin the wheel, and we will get our sports for the next episode. So you'll have to tune in next time to see how we do in our quiz. Dylan, I've been talking about one particular sport that I've wanted to put on this wheel for quite a long time, and I'm going to put it on here first. It's going to be German pretzel cutting. It is a, I don't know, but it's going to go on here. So I'm going to write that in. German.
I don't even have like I don't even know what that, like, obviously I'm assuming it's Germans that are cutting pretzels.
TikTok late at night. And it's basically
great.
It's
doom
basically
scrolling.
it is from doom scrolling. You have to cut it the most precise. So the best cut wins. I assume that I'm not going to give you too much details in case you get it.
Okay.
I hope he spins it. I really do.
All right, so I do have some pulled up here. Kenny is way more locked into this than I was, but I do have some ideas. So I'm going to go with my, I guess, first round pick here.
Yeah, we're drafting right now. It appears. No, he's thinking. It takes a lot of thought to do this.
We are going to go dog surfing.
Ooh,
dog
not
surfing.
Bad. Now
Pumbaa could do it. Shout out Pumbaa. Angel's probably too old for that.
I'm going to throw in my next one that I also had done some research on, and it's going to be toe wrestling. It's a English sport. Toe wrestling is on the board with my second round pick. Dylan?
Okay. Just because I like the name of it, I'm going to go with Fireball.
Oh, Fireball Soccer. I had seen this one.
This
is a good one.
I've seen some pictures on it right now. It looks like it's in those battle ball things, and
we might have to pick up the pace here.
Flipping love those things.
All right, my next one is going to be another funny one that I enjoy. It's called chess boxing. It is chess, but you punch each other in the face. That is literally all it is.
I don't even think I could play chess. I think I would just start swinging.
All right, Dylan, right off the sports as we are running back here.
I am going to go.
Give me what you got next.
Wife carrying.
Oh, that was my next pick. That's a good one. Wife carrying. All right. My next selection, just because I like the name, is Quidditch.
Quidditch. Okay. I'm going to go unicycle hockey.
Ooh. Unicycle hockey. How the heck do you spell unicycle? Unicycle
hockey.
Hockey. Okay. My next selection is going to be underwater hockey.
Oh, I had that on there. Just because I love it and I love my bed, we're going to go bed racing.
Ooh.
I don't know if it has anything to do with beds, but I love my bed.
With my last one, I am going to go with camel wrestling. Yep, I don't know what that is, but it looks really funny.
I have it.
Picked a couple wrestlings here. Dylan, your last choice. What do we got?
Street beefs.
Oh, you better hope I don't spin that. I am an absolute expert.
Street beefs.
You better pray I don't get street beefs because I am going to win.
Shout out Death Sentence.
Yeah! I love street beefs. That is such a good choice. Dylan, I will let you do it first. You may take the first Stump the Chump spin on the wheel.
Okay.
Dylan, your sport.
Shout out Seth Appleby. Derrick Henry just fumbled for the third time in 3 weeks.
Oh, rough. Dylan, your sport that you will be studying up on for the next 2 weeks will be bed racing.
Yes.
Interesting. I want to do my research too.
I have no idea what it is.
My sport will be that I am studying for the next 2 weeks. Please let it be street beefs. I will be a happy camper. It doesn't look like it's going to be. German pretzel cutting. Bang! Oh, we got, yes, dude. Oh,
dude, I thought you were going to get street beef.
Let's go.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the deal. Next episode, we will take these off the board. So bed racing and German pretzel cutting will go off the board, and then we will put 2 new sports on that we select. So think about a couple extra sports you'd like to add on. But that's going to be it for Stump the Chump for now. You'll have to tune in next episode to see how that goes. We're going to go a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for everybody's favorite segment, Cooking or Crazy. You're watching the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again. Welcome back to the semi-dressed up DK experience. I'm Kenny Gerard with Dylan Zielinski. And Dylan, it is just about that time once again for us to fight on air and for them to turn our microphones down. For those who don't know what Cooking or Crazy is, the back has thought of a topic over the last, well, it'll be 25 minutes now. And we are going to debate on the topic, and then they're going to pick a winner in the back. Our Austin Claus, our graphics coordinator back there, will be selecting the winner amongst everybody else as well on our wonderful crew. So, Dylan, our prompt for the day.
I gotta go second.
You want to go second for best sauce?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll go first today. That's fine. So, yeah, our prompt today is the best sauce or condiment. So, I feel like I'm an expert in this particular topic for whatever reason. I am going to say, for me, the most universally used and that I could pretty much do a lot of things with is barbecue. I know it is stuck mainly to the meat category, but I personally enjoy lots of barbecue-esque foods. I enjoy a lot of grilling out. So I think barbecue to me is my personal favorite. But I will say barbecue does have to be done right. And my personal favorite fast food barbecue is actually Wendy's. I do like a nice sweet barbecue, like a honey barbecue also works. But I'm going to go with barbecue sauce as my personal favorite. Don't say ranch, Dylan, because I feel like that's where you're going.
No,
but.
no,
what do you got?
I love ranch, but man, I got to do it. I think it's the most famous sauce in the world. Buffalo sauce. I know. I was gonna go ranch, but look, it's buffalo sauce. It makes wings. Wings are the best. It goes on pretty much anything, like chicken finger wraps, chicken fingers diced in it. I use buffalo sauce.
Bro said everything that's a chicken fingers twice.
What?
Nothing.
No, chicken finger ranch. No. But pizzas, honestly, if you want a really good buffalo like sandwich, you shouted out Wendy's. I'm actually gonna go the opposite. If you want a really good buffalo chicken, no.
Burger King.
That sauce is
Their
amazing.
sauce
But I'm
is
talking
good.
about the like with the chicken.
Oh.
Burger King. It's actually top tier. But I will say, out of all the fast food sauces, McDonald's buffalo sauce is definitely the best. But no, buffalo sauce, man, it's great. It's probably the most famous. It started a whole chain, a whole new food style.
Where?
What do you mean?
Like in the world?
Yeah, you get buffalo sauce for wings everywhere.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think that like ranch could be an arguable choice for the most famous in the world. I feel like you find ranch on everything.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone's trying to like get their like buffalo sauce. Like you go somewhere, everybody wants a good wing. Maybe in the United States, sure.
But I like a good barbecue wing.
Yeah, they're too messy. Because then
That's what makes a sauce. Wait, what? No. That makes a sauce.
Dude, with every wing you got,
and goes, this needs to be clean.
With every wing you got like 5 napkins following. I don't know. I think
you're not eating wings right.
But no, I
don't think so.
You ever do the like just one bite with the?
Yeah. But
no,
like,
you don't.
You
don't put the wing in there. Why are we arguing about wings right now? But no, I'm going buffalo sauce. I'm going buffalo sauce. No, because now we're arguing about how you eat it.
Wait. But you know what's a good wing spot? When they got the paper towel roll in the middle of the table. It's how you know you're in a good wing spot because they're ready for it to be messy.
I'm just saying. I think
buffalo sauce is a good choice. I don't hate it.
It's amazing.
I love buffalo chicken dip.
It started its own culture and like brand. Like you got Buffalo Wild Wings. Why was it? Yeah, all right, but Where are you going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going too far for, I'm not going nowhere
All right, we got a
out of the
minute. Let's
United
let them
States
pick.
for barbecue sauce.
What do you,
and
what
like
do you
a
guys got for us
barbecue.
today?
I'm probably going to Nashville. What do we got? Oh, Paulie's got it.
Is it Paulie who's got it today? Yeah! Oh, yes! Look at the bottom. Woohoo! Yeah, Dylan, I don't necessarily, we argue a lot on this. I really don't necessarily disagree with the choice of buffalo sauce. But, Dylan, this is our first episode for a year. So
crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's it. This is going to be a fun one. We got 2 more seasons, 2 more semesters to go of the DK experience. But once again, Dylan is sad at the end of the night. That means I did a good job.
Paulie
So
doesn't
thank you
even know
guys.
what he's talking about. He's a baby. He doesn't
Sorry,
like
Dylan.
hot sauce. And
Thank you guys for joining us on the DK Experience for Season 4, Episode number 1. We will see you guys in just about 2 weeks for Episode number 2. Thanks for watching DK Experience WTOP-10 and have a good night.